Hello! What's up? What's down? What's to the side? Today I'm going to talk about a form of therapy that really helped my generalized anxiety disorder. I would worry a lot and I would have these certain topics as, for example, but what if I worry about it and worrying about it or thinking about it makes me crazy? My hair is popping. I just did exposure training, so my body's a bit anxious. I feel like I'm in a plane. And another one I had is that what if I don't worry about it? Like, what if it is important that I worry about it and I spend time worrying about it? So we have my worries, and then I have thoughts or like feared consequences of worrying or not worrying. And it's really, really, really exhausting if you have to completely, have control of your thoughts. Make sure you think about some things and make sure you don't think about other things. So generalized anxiety disorder, when it's mixed with OCD, is going to take up a lot of time and energy. This form of therapy that I'm not going to explain to you is one of the things that worked in my generalized anxiety disorder. So it didn't do all that much, unfortunately, with my panic disorder. So I was really struggling. I am not quite sure, but I think I had like around 10 to 15 sessions with this, and it really helped me a lot. It made me not fear going crazy through my thoughts anymore, which is so cool. I'm going to share with you the best hacks I learned from this therapy. The therapy form is called Metacognitive therapy. And when it comes to generalized anxiety disorder and somewhat when OCD is involved, I think this is a great form of therapy for these types of disorders. I don't think, for me, they did not work on the panic disorder and agoraphobia, but who cares? They worked in generalized anxiety disorder, and that put my level of worry and tenseness and dissociation down. So when I spent 4 weeks in hospital inpatient and I had metacognitive therapy, I went from having walked from 2017 to 2020 in a complete blur of dissociation to waking up and feeling like I was present here now. And I could think clearly. It was like the fog has lifted. And that's because of metacognitive therapy and environmental therapy and just feeling social connections. Social connections are so important if you just massively and deeply struggle with anxiety for the past months or weeks, because you get so alienated from everyone. So this one is, you probably heard of this one, and I know it seems a bit annoying, but the thing is you don't have to do it for more than just a few, maybe even a week, and then you realize, oh my god, it's such a breakthrough moment. So you don't have to do this for the next year of your recovery, okay? But it's to decide that at 5 o'clock, for example, for 30 minutes, I will worry and worry and worry about all the things that I felt I had to worry about during the day. So during the day, when you get a worry and you think, oh my god, I have to worry about this now, like I have to deal with this right now, like I have to worry about it. And I'm talking about worries where it's not really something you can do anything about it right now, or it wouldn't necessarily be the smartest to worry about it right now, because it does actually, some thoughts that feel acute isn't actually acute. And if you're already anxious in a state of anxiety, when you worry about something, you won't think clearly, and the anxiety, the worry, the catastrophic thoughts will feel so much worse than they actually are in reality, okay? So we write them down during the day. Just have this little note with you, and you write down, oh my god, now I'm thinking, what if I have a lung disease? I'm just going to write it down and I'm going to worry about it at 5. What if I chose the wrong career? Like, I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to worry about it at 5. What if I go bankrupt and I have to live in the streets? Oh my god. And then instead of spinning into that and just getting 100 more thoughts about this topic, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to be like, I'm going to deal with it at 5 o'clock. Put an alarm on your phone. At 5 o'clock, you sit down, you count down 30 minutes. So you have to put an alarm at 5 so you remember, or like put it on the calendar or whatever. And then at 5, you put in 30 minutes and go. And the only thing you're allowed to do in these 30 minutes is worry. Like worry as intensely as you can, because your brain is telling you, oh my god, these worries are so important, we have to ruin the entire day to worry about them. So say, okay brain, go ahead, let's do it, let's just worry about it, and worry and think about it, and be like, if your brain goes and think about other things that's not worries, you go like, no, I'm gonna worry right now, I have 30 minutes to worry, and you're just gonna worry about it and be like, okay brain, here you go, deal with it, have fun. And sometimes maybe even even you manage to spend the whole 30 minutes worrying because you're so worried. But that's okay. But then when the alarm rings and 30 minutes have gone, you're not allowed to think about it anymore. And also for me, it helped to sit down and just write the worry down and then write whatever I was thinking about the worry. Write it down, write it down, write it down. So that you have it very physically on a paper. Yeah. And I only had to do this for 2-3 weeks. I did it for all the 4 weeks I was there, like when I learned it, I started doing it. And it changed my perspective on things, really. And although sometimes I sit and I worry about things now, it still doesn't scare me as much because I'm not like, if I don't worry about this right now, it will probably happen, you know? Or like, if I don't worry about this, it's gonna be too late or whatever. If there is a worry I can do anything about, like if I'm worried about, maybe I shouldn't have posted those photos on Facebook, then I can go and do something about it. So if you can go and do something about it and you feel like that's gonna give you a huge relief and it isn't that big of a deal, then it's okay to do it. But if it's just these like worrying about things you can't really control right now, worrying about what if that conversation was really awkward and that person hates me now, like those kind of things, you can just put aside until 5. Another thing I was really scared about was that if I think about, for example, this too much, I have very existential OCD, so I was like, if I think about this too much, like what's the meaning of life? If I think about that too much, I will go crazy. I will lose my mind. I'll go psychotic and I will be forever divided from the rest of the world. And my therapist was like, yeah, okay, so let's try that. So instead of putting that off to the 30 minutes where you are allowed to worry because you don't want to worry about it, you're like, I can't think about that. I just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Do not think about it. If you think about it, we're going to go crazy. No, brain, don't think about it. You've heard about the pink elephant, right? If I tell you, do not worry, do not imagine, do not think about the pink elephant, do not think about pink, do not think about elephants, do not think about a dancing pink elephant. Do not think about it. Go. Whatever you think to not think about, like I should not think about this. Your brain can't hear the not or don't or won't. Your brain hears I think about a pink elephant. I should not think about the pink elephant. I should not think about the pink elephant. You're gonna think about the pink elephant. It's gonna pop up on the side. It's gonna twirl around and you're gonna think about it because that's how your brain works. Your brain do not know, want, don't, and can't. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this thought. So you have this really scary thought and you're like, I cannot think about this. Like I'm gonna go crazy, or I'm gonna stop breathing, or I'm gonna get the illness if I think about it. I will faint if I think about it. I will explode if I think about it. I will throw up if I think about it. Anything like that. And then we are gonna activate our body. You are gonna write down the thought that you're not meant to think about. And then you're gonna write down what you're also scared is gonna happen if you think about it. We're gonna do exposure training. Then to activate your body, because it doesn't really work if you like relax and you think about it, because okay, maybe then it only didn't happen because you were relaxed, you know what I mean? Like that's just a little safety hack thing that's going to ruin the entire exposure, because oh my god, okay, I only survived because I was calm. What if I think about it when I'm not? You're gonna do jumping jacks until your pulse gets up and you get really choked on air, or like you have to reach for more oxygen. You get hot. Maybe we're gonna close the windows and put on like a shirt and make it really uncomfortable. So whatever you think you can bear, the worse the better, but not so bad that you pull out, because that won't help you. That will just make it more difficult the next time. So whatever you think you can handle, that's gonna be so uncomfortable, but that you can handle. Jumping jacks, right? Up and down, maybe burpees even, because that's gonna make you. And then when you pulse this up, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna think about the thing that you're so scared of thinking about. So if you're scared of throwing up, you're gonna think about disgusting food. You're gonna think about it until your brain, like you're not allowed to think about anything else. You're just gonna think about it. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm willing to die for this. Like I'm gonna think about it now. I'm willing to die to figure this out. You're not gonna die, don't worry. And then you think about it. If you didn't throw up, if you didn't go crazy, if you didn't lose contact with reality, if you didn't faint. So the only thing I'm going to put in here is that if you are scared of blood, that's the only like anxiety kind of thing that will maybe make you faint, because of this like evolutionary thing. When you see blood, your pulse needs to drop, because what if you're bleeding and you're going to bleed to death? So then sometimes you will faint, but that's the only thing. So, but if you don't faint by thinking about what's the meaning of life, and if you don't go crazy, and if you don't go psychotic, and if you don't lose control of your own body and your body goes around and you hit people or whatever, then maybe the thought isn't as true. Huh? Maybe that catastrophic thought was a bit over the top, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm scared, that if I think about an image, for example, so I'm gonna worry about that now. I'm gonna do jumping jacks, I'm gonna do jumping jacks and stairs and get warm and hot, and then I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna think, what if I worry myself to psychosis? Oh my god, what if I'm going psychotic now? What if I'm going psychotic? 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 Huh? Not going psychotic, am I? And you can start with 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And if your brain tries to go anywhere else, you're just like, no, I'm gonna think about the fact that I am scared of going psychotic. Okay, let's go psychotic. What if, oh my god, I can't worry about this, can I? What if worrying about this makes me, didn't go psychotic. So this can work with like harm, OCD, like if you're scared you're gonna harm yourself or anyone else. Yeah. As a general rule, it's really helpful to do some jumping jacks and just get your pulse up and get your body activated. So because working out, being excited and anxiety is kind of the same things happening in the body, but the sensitization and that interpretation in your brain is different. So if you feel like you're worse excited than someone else, maybe your body fires more easily and you have more panic attacks and you have a higher level of adrenaline pumping in your body. But maybe someone else has this exact same responses in the body, but they're not as sensitized as you, so your anxiety still feels worse. But there's nothing more wrong with your body or brain. It's not like your body or brain are more damaged, it's just that you are more sensitized and you are more tense and you are just a little worse off right now. Like you're a little less regulated, a little more out of the tolerance window. You can do this with anything. I hope this video was helpful and I hope I explained it in an understandable way. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone.